What's going on? What's going on? What's the deal? What's happening? Huh? What's the deal? What's happening? Uh, it's your boy Leon. Yeah, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? Listen, so today, I wanted to edit a a scene from my music video that I'm working on. It's called Till the End. I'm not gonna, bore y'all by playing the music or hype y'all by playing the music. Either way it goes. But the thought process was, let's hop into Blender, let's make something happen, and yeah, here we are. Here we are in Blender, and I'm hyped, man. I'm hyped. I'm hyped to be here. I'm real hyped to be here. Real hyped to be here. So, yeah, let's get it started. So I took the liberty of doing a couple of things here. I'll pull it up in DaVinci Resolve. I took the liberty of doing a couple of things beforehand, so that way we didn't have to deal with, you know, things not being exactly where we would want them to be in regards to green screen, magic mask, delta keying, right? So I'll show you a little bit about what I'm talking about. So here we are with this clip right here. This is going to be the clip that we're bringing into Blender today, right? And I'll take these three out just to kind of show you guys what it looked like. Boom, in the garage, right? On top of we have a office chair. In the middle, I'm on a weight bench. I'm sorry, I'm on a dip bench, dip bar. I'm sorry, excuse me, dip bar. And then in the back, usually I had the blue screen covering the back, and that was like the back of the motorcycle, right? But what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring that into Blender, and we're gonna bring it in like that, and we're gonna create a. Can't really hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? We good? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? The song you previewed yesterday? Yes, the song I previewed yesterday. Yes, the song I previewed yesterday. Can y'all hear me? We good? Let me know what the volume is like. Okay. All right, we good. Okay. So basically, we're going to bring this into Blender just like this, and we're going to kind of match up the camera and, create an environment around this, so that way we can, have this scene for a music video. So, like I said, I took the liberty of doing some things. One of the things that I took the liberty of doing was bringing that exact clip motion into Beeble AI, which Beeble AI is basically, it allows you to relight your footage based on the environment. And so basically that's what I did beforehand, before I got on here with you guys. But we jump right into Blender, and using Beeble, the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to the actual attachment or the actual plugin called Beeble, and I'm going to import my VFX. I know that they are on my desktop. It's going to import my VFX passes. And yeah, it has me here. Has me right about here on a, looks to be a curved plane, but it has the alpha. So however I relight this, it's gonna basically relight in 2.5D. You have all your controls here. This is the thing I like about Beeble. You can choose to make it more like your original footage or less like your original footage and more animated like your 3D. So you can go from 2D to 3D. I keep that at the highest. Render or original, I typically keep that at the lowest because I would rather be more so like the render than the original. Base color, actually, I'd like to be kind of like in between. So 0.5. I want to be kind of like between photorealism and the relight. So normal strength, I want that up as good as possible, as much as possible. So they have us at a 50 millimeter for focal length, And basically what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to start kind of crafting around it. So I'm going to bring this bike in. If you've checked out Learning Out Loud, dope, man, it was fire. Oh, sweet. Okay. All right. You like the song. Okay. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. If you checked out Learning Out Loud 1, 2, 3, and 4, I got 4 parts up there. 4 parts up there right now. If you check them out at all, I was trying to figure out how to get this bike, or this, you know, this futuristic hover bike underneath me in the camera to kind of, you know, make it look like I'm riding through 3D space. So here I am now, and basically this is the second scene. So I'm gonna throw this on here now, throw this in the way, make it look like I'm riding on the bike. We are editing my new music video, which is entitled Till the End. And this should be pretty fun. This should be pretty fun because what we're doing here is called virtual production, which I've traveled around the world to learn. So, you know, I better get it right, right? I've traveled around the world to learn it. I better get it right. That's how I think about it. I've been to LA. I've been to Las Vegas. I've been to Canada. I've been to multiple places to try to learn this virtual production. So if I'm going to hop on live on YouTube, I'm going to put the pressure on myself. I better get it right. That's the thought process. So boom, here we go. We pretty close already. We got him. We got me. I'm going to speak as if I'm third person. We got him sitting on a bike, right? We got him sitting on a bike. And we're going to basically just make sure that, uh-oh, I hit everything. We're going to make sure that everything lines up, because after we do this is where the real environment creation comes in. So I want to make that bike, you know, I don't want to look like I'm on a tricycle. I want to look like I'm riding a big joint. You know what I'm saying? A heavy duty 750 or something like that. You know, a Hayabusa or something. You know, I don't know if y'all know about motorcycles, but I had one before. So, you know, I got to make sure that I'm riding something that's heavy. Like I can't just be out here on a little, you know, tricycle, a little bicycle. You know, it got to be something heavy. And basically to make that heavy, we have to make it bigger. So, and we can also rotate a little bit on the Z-axis, because I noticed that my handlebars, there we go. Now we looking like something. Now we looking like something. Can you imagine when we animate this? Hands are on the handlebars. Where are the handlebars at? And I have to give attribution. I got this bike, this hover bike, directly from the Ian Hubert Patreon. When you subscribe to his Patreon and you learn his lessons, you know, they give out free 3D models for your projects and for what you're trying to use it for. But this definitely came from Ian Hubert. Major shout out to Eat the Future GitHub. Major shout out to Ian Hubert. So yeah, now that we got that out the way, we're definitely gonna continue to create here. One of the things that I want to do is, because we're stationary, right? We're stationary. I want to try to see how I can kind of move things up a little bit, right? I don't necessarily want to move the camera up, but if I could move the footage up just a tad bit, so that way more of the bike could show, that would be sweet. That would be sweet. And yeah, something like that, right? Something like that. And what are we in? We're in Eevee. Cool. So boom, stationary. You see the motor is spinning. You see, you know, we leaning. We're gonna have to animate the bike to lean when I lean and stuff like that. But for right now, let's get the environment together. Let's get the environment together. So we're gonna go from the top down view. And the reason why I want to do that is because I want to get the landscape together. I'm going to work a little bit. I'm going to actually turn this a little bit. Rotate on the Z-axis. Rotate everything on the Z-axis so that that way it kind of lines up with my origin. Kind of lines up with my origin, and it kind of lines up with an actual axis. So that way, when I do create my landscape and things of that nature, it's kind of like on point, right? So I'm gonna go Shift A, and I'm gonna create a plane, which is gonna be up underneath me. This plane is gonna be just one of the mini planes that's going to be the landscape that I'm traveling on. Now you can kind of see why I said in the beginning I wanted to lift that bike up. If you see, I created the plane and the bike is kind of like intersecting with the plane. So I'm gonna grab both of these. I'm gonna grab we'll start with the bike. Let me hide the plane, make it unselectable, grab the bike, GZ to bring it up, and we'll go into the camera and we'll try to bring up the footage as well, which would be GZ. Oh, that's a little too high. Both of them are a little too high. So let me come back down. GZ, GZ. Now let's bring that footage up just a tad. And we got to bring that bike back some because we don't want to see that right arm. We only want to see the left as if it's, you know, kind of hidden behind the bike. But that's going to be hard to do because the camera, the way that the camera is sitting, the footage, if you can see this right here, the footage is actually like in the camera. That's what happens when you do it, when you use Beeble AI. It's like the footage is in the camera. So don't worry about that extra arm, that right arm that you see that's not lining up with the actual footage or not lining up with the actual bike, because we could mask that in Resolve. We could mask that in Resolve, or I could actually just kind of bring this closer and then size it down as if it's sitting directly up under the footage. Let me see if that will work. And I don't know why I have radio signals playing in my ear right now. I hear Linkin Park or something. I'm listening to Linkin Park by accident. Okay, there we go. We good. We good. Okay, there we go. Radio signals, man. Next thing you know, I got a copyright or some junk. So we're going to bring this closer. Rotate it on the Z-axis. And rotate. We're going to move it actually. GX. Move it up. GY. Move it back. Let me see where we're at with this. Okay. So we got to bring this bike down a lot, considerably, if we want to have that in the scene directly with what we were doing before. GZ, let's bring it down. Yeah, so it has to be before. Let's see if we can get this right. Size it down a little bit more. GZ, GY. Let's get this left hand on the handlebar right there. I almost forgot what it was called. GZ. Let's bring it down some. Let's kind of make this. I think we got to bring it out just a little bit. Just a little bit. Bring it out. Ooh, don't delete. Don't delete. We got to bring it out just a little bit. Let's bring it out to about right here and then bring it back. There we go. We're getting a little bit. We're getting there. We're getting there a little bit. GX, GY. There we go. Let's tilt this bike down some so it can actually look like I'm sitting down. RY. Nope, wrong way. RX. We tilt it down some, and then GZ. then GY, then GX, because we got to show the leg. The leg has to show, right? Has to be behind the leg. GY. Yeah, so the only way that it's going to be behind the leg is if I have it further out. So yeah, we'll have to magic mask that arm out in DaVinci Resolve. That's the only way we can have it to look like that leg is in front of or basically straddling the bike. Let's bring it up. Okay, that kind of hides it a little bit. That kind of hides that right. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. That kind of hides the right arm a little bit. G, Y, let's bring it back some. I'm hearing music again. I'm hearing, I don't know who this is, but I'm hearing somebody. I think it's the mic. I think it's the mic. I'm not sure. Yeah, I was hearing somebody, some music. Anyway, we're going to have it kind of blurred out anyway, so you won't be able to see it anyway. So let me start creating the environment. Now that we got that lined up, actually I should parent that. That would be kind of awesome if I parent that, right? If I parent the bike to where I am. Control P, object. So now wherever I move me, the bike will move also. And now we can kind of start creating the environment, which is really the fun part. Creating the environment is the fun part. That's because you get a chance to kind of freestyle a little bit. You get a chance to kind of have some fun. So Shift A, plane, we're gonna size it up, right? Because he's going somewhere. He not just staying stationary. He's going somewhere. And we want to make sure we got room. We want to make sure we got room. So I'm gonna go here, and then I'm gonna bring this outward like so, and then bring it out wide on the x-axis like so. Doesn't have to be too crazy. Don't gotta be too crazy. The beginning frame can be like at the beginning of the plane, because what I'm gonna do to the plane, we're gonna have, you know, a lot of fun. Let's create a second plane. Let's rotate it a little bit on the y-axis. No, we want to rotate it on the x-axis. RX. Yeah, we want it to kind of lift up because it's called a vanishing point. Where does your clip start to vanish? Where does the scene start to vanish? And if you know anything about vanishing points, basically vanishing points create distance. So if you've ever been in art class or anything like that and they teach you about vanishing points create distance. They show distance. So we're gonna create our vanishing point, which is gonna be on that plane there. And we'll leave that alone for now. But going here, what we'll do is we're gonna go to, actually we're gonna tab into edit mode. Let's go to vertex. We're gonna subdivide because we want the ground to be bumpy. We want the ground to actually look like ground. So we want it to be bumpy, right? Let's go back to vertex. We're in 4.5.1, so we still have to create a subdivision surface modifier, and we'll do that, and then click apply. And then now we can go to, let me see, what is my, where do I want to create my foliage, my grass? I would say, let me see, I got some plugins here on the right, so I'm kind of tilting my head, kind of, oh, geoscatter. There we go. All right, so the object, we select the object with the emitter. Boom, that's the object. Viewport selection. So basically, I don't want to select from the viewport. I'd rather select from the browser. We're going to change this to append reuse data. And I should have some grass in here. I should have some grass in here already. I'll actually type grass. Yeah. See, I got some grass in here already. So I'm traveling on this bike. I'm not, you know, just traveling over, you know, sticks and stones. We definitely gonna travel over some grass. And I'm gonna set the preset because I want it to be scattered along that. And that's pretty good. That's pretty dope. But we want it to be full. That's good enough. That's good enough. Well, we need it to be a little bit higher. So what we'll do is we'll go to our surface. Oh, is it surfaces? No, it's scale. We'll go to scale, and Z is up, right? So the height of our grass, we want it to be up. We want it to come up. And could we possibly do this better? Possibly could. But Z space, bye out. We want it to be up like that. You know, if you're going through some grass, you want to look like you actually going through some grass. We don't want it flat, right? And so what about what's up underneath the grass? We want that to look like dirt. Even though it's going to be motion blur, we want that to look like dirt. And a lot of the times, I don't know if you guys, anybody that's used to Blender or anybody that does 3D for their filmmaking or for any of that. What up, Nickies? What's the good word, brother? You here? Yeah. Day 5. We streaming. This is day 5. We getting it in. Nickies, what's the good word, man? What's the good word? We on to the next scene. Nickies has been here. I'm talking about every single day. Nickies has been here getting it in with us. And basically, man, yeah, we've been grinding. I'm talking about we've been grinding so hard we get tired. We grind so hard we get tired, and then we be ready to go to sleep. I'm trying to tell you, I'll be ready to go to bed. I'll be up here grinding so hard. trying to get like think about it like this. Think about like Dragon Ball Z. How he like, but with an F. So real talk. So yeah, real talk. You ready to go to sleep after you sit here and if you look at all these other streams, we've been on 3 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours each stream. By the time you hit that bed, you falling out. Yeah. Anyway, so back to it. If you know anything about Quixel Bridge, basically Quixel Bridge is where you get all your 3D assets from. It's they lost a lot of people when they took all their assets and put them on Fab. Because they took away the free access to the textures, to the 3D elements. They took away the free access unless you signed up beforehand. And that was one of the major things that I wanted to do, was I wanted to make sure that I signed up beforehand so I can make sure that I keep access to all of these elements. And I'm glad I did. So, said, I love your channel. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. I don't deal with them anymore. Oh yeah, man. Yeah. As long as you had signed up in order to kind of like get the elements beforehand, you were able to keep it. And so for us, we signed up. We don't have to go to Fab because we can keep it here. But crazy thing is, these elements don't work on 5.0 just yet. I don't think they have the plugin correct for 5.0 just yet. So that's why I stay in 4.5.1. I have not updated or upgraded at all because I would rather stay in 4.5.1. So he said, I have access to the free assets, but don't use them. You should use them. It makes things a lot quicker. You should use them. You should definitely use them. We just need a dirt to go underneath the grass. And so we could do it at 2K. We don't need a 4K resolution. That'll end up slowing us down. If we just go ahead and, download that, we download in the 2K resolution. And as we download, we can, play a little bit of music. Okay, so now we can export directly to Blender. Yeah, Nicky's, we gotta have the tunes now. We gotta have the tunes. Gotta have the tunes. So if we export directly to Blender, we should see it somewhere in our material. I forget what it was called. Nordic forest, ground pine. So now we have that dirt underneath the grass, and that's what that did for us. 2K texture. Don't have to see it too much because we're gonna be moving in motion anyway. And moving in motion, you won't be able to see the fine details of the grass. Honestly, we could have got away with not doing it at all, but we want it to look good. So let's go back to this because we see that our scale for the grass is too high. Actually, is it the scale for the grass or is it the plane itself? It might be the plane itself. Let's scale down the plane. Let's move it back on the y-axis. I forgot our camera is super small. So let me escape because I was on origin. Click 0. And basically what we want to do is let's try to move this over a little bit. So that way it could be grass behind us, grass on the side of us. We can kind of still scale this down just a little bit and we'll move it back. GY. GX. I think the closer it is to the camera, the worse it looks. Was I wrong? Yeah, I was wrong. Okay. We good about here. And we still got that plane behind us that we haven't touched. We're going to add grass to that too. So that way we kind of got, something to work with. Let's see what it looked like in cycles. We get more lighting from the actual bike in cycles. Yeah, now you see that realism? That realism is crazy. I still think we need to bring down the scale just a little bit. Not on the Z-axis necessarily, but more so, I would say like on the, bring it down on the X-axis, it looks like. I'm gonna eyeball it because it's not gonna matter. We're gonna be animating this to where I'm flying. So Nicky's, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm good as long as I don't have to camera track and match stuff up, man. That's why I work so much on camera tracking. Everything else is kind of smooth for me. That's why I work so much on camera tracking, man, because you want to work on your weaknesses rather than working on your strengths. So for me, this is decent. Doing the environment like this, an environment like this is pretty common. Major shout out to people that I've learned from. I've watched a lot of tutorials. Max Hay, Ian Hubert, pretty much those two only. I'll be honest with you. Gleb Alexandrov. I watch guys, man. And what's crazy is I'm actually going to the second North American Blender Conference. I went to the first one. The first one was in LA. I got a chance to walk around with Tan Rosendahl. Yeah, we went out to eat pad thai and all of that, couple of the guys from Blender, that was sweet. That was kind of dope. To meet Tan, to meet the new CEO, and at the very moment, his name is escaping me. He said, I live in Canada. That's what's up, bro. I'm in Canada a lot. I'm in Canada a lot, brother. I'm in Canada a lot. But yeah, you know, had the opportunity to kick it over there in LA and kick it with Ton and kick it with a lot of the Blender guys. But yeah, number 2, the Blender conference, the second Blender conference of North America is coming up in April, and it will be in Austin, Texas. Major shout out to CG Cookie. Major shout out to Autotroph. You know, those guys, man, when I tell you they work hard, when I tell you those guys work hard, I mean they work hard. You know, real talk. Real hard. You know, they create these events and in conjunction with Blender for North America, and they do their thing. So, you know, major shout out to those guys. My thought process is I just want to be in attendance again. Just kind of get, you know, get around our tribe, so to speak, get around my tribe, so to speak. You know, if you're into filmmaking, if you're into CG, if you're into virtual effects, I highly encourage you check out CG Cookie and, you know, purchase your tickets for the North American Blender Conference, the 2nd edition in Austin, Texas in April. Highly encourage it. Otherwise, you know, you can just click subscribe, like, and comment and share on this here YouTube. And, you know, I'll be happy to, you know what I'm saying, kind of replay the stuff for you. Yeah. It'll work that way too. Yeah, record the event with the CFIG. You know we will. You know we will. That's for real. And okay, yeah, stop it. Because I was not trying to rhyme right there. That was just kind of like an accident, happenstance. Yeah, so here we are. Let me see what we got. Okay, let's see. Factor, that brings it up kind of high. I'm not so happy with how this grass looks, so I want to kind of make it, I want to play with it just a little bit to kind of make it, I don't want to look microscopic. I feel like I'm looking kind of microscopic. So let me bring if I bring the grass down, then I'm kind of not, let me see, rotate on the, I don't want to look microscopic. So I need to shorten this plane. I need to smallen this plane just a little bit. And then GY, bring it back. I'm not trying to look microscopic. We're not Ant-Man. I'm going to turn off the grid as well. I'm going to turn off the grid, which is here. Because it doesn't matter what's below us. There we go. GY, bring it back. Because I want to be above the ground. I don't want to be like right on it. Because if it's a hover bike, if you think about a hover bike is not going to be right on the ground. It's going to be hovering. So we're going to slide it back to about right there. And yeah, there we go. The grass looks below me. The grass looks like it's below me. I'm going to turn up the brightness on this here. I don't know what this is, what part of the motorcycle this is. I'm going to click these just to see if I can find it. Cylinder. Is that it? Is that what I'm trying to turn up? No, that's not what I'm trying to turn up. I'm trying to turn up the, what is that called? I don't know what that's called, but I think if I open up the shader editor, I should be able to find it. So if I open up the shader editor, whatever I have selected should just show up in the shader editor. Yep, that's right. All right, so the emission, I want that a little bit brighter than what it is. Let me go back. I want that a lot brighter than what it is. There we go. Now we're getting some brightness. Because I gotta look cyber, right? It has to look cyber. It has to look like I'm actually traveling and doing something, you know? Let's see if we could Alt-D this thing. Alt-D for duplicate, GY, Does it keep the grass? It does not keep the grass. So I'm gonna have to instance the grass onto this exact same plane, man. That's kind of crazy. I didn't think I was gonna have to do that, which it's not necessarily such a bad thing. But that's why I made the ground so big the first time. He said Ant-Man. For real, man. I don't want to be Ant-Man. That's why I said I can't be microscopic. So if we look at this, if we were just, you know, kind of looking at it through the render region, it would kind of get all the extra stuff out of the way for us, and we could kind of see like exactly what it would look like through the render region. There we go. There we go. Way less Ant-Man, a little bit more normalized. We haven't even started lighting yet. That's the crazy part. We haven't even started lighting yet. You just kind of see the lighting on the bike. But if you know anything about cinematography, you always shoot your camera toward the light. That's what gives you that cinematic value. That's what gives you that cinematic composition. That's what gives you that cinematic lighting, is when you shoot toward the light. We light spaces, not faces. So how am I gonna light this thing? First of all, I want to have more out here. You know, we're making an environment where I'm gonna be traveling on this here bike and kind of doing my thing. So I want to have more out here. I don't know exactly what I want to have. Yes, sir. Shoot shadow side. You got it right. Shoot shadow side. Yes, sir. I want to have more out here. As I'm passing by, what am I passing? You think about, so basically this is futuristic. First of all, it's futuristic. And I can neither confirm nor deny that there will be something chasing me. So I can neither confirm nor deny that there will be something chasing me. So I need to, you know, kind of put some things in front of the camera, put some things behind the camera, create some elements where it's just literally kind of, it looks flowy. We want to make it look like it's flowing. So we'll go back to Eevee. Eevee is pretty cool. And let's look at our asset browser to see what we could put in the backdrop, in the background as I'm traveling. And I'm going to come outside of the camera view. I know the backdrop needs to be over here. And we're going to start putting maybe some tree stumps, because I could see like him dodging the trees as he's riding through this like forest type environment, right? And he's also being chased. So that's crazy. Well, I can neither confirm nor deny that he's being chased. I don't know. I don't know. I can neither confirm nor deny. But yeah, let's add some tree stumps. I think that would be a dope thing to add, right? Let's go on the x-axis and push it out, size it up, and bring it down. That's a little too far down. Let's bring it up. We want to hide the seams. So when you create a plane or anything like that, you want to hide the seams in Blender. That's what adds to the photorealism, is hiding the seams. I am Fraser K. Is this supposed to be futuristic? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely futuristic. Definitely futuristic. Major shout out to you, Fraser K, for coming back, man, and joining a live, man. We appreciate you. Good to see you. It's good to be seen. Same thing with Nikki's, man. Major shout out to Nikki's. Good to see you. Good to be seen. Who else is in here? Mrs. Gaddy 7211. Major shout out to you. Good to see you. Good to be seen. Fernando Gaddy. Good to see you. Good to be seen. You know, shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. So, you know, we in here. We creating this futuristic environment. We have not started the lighting yet. We have not started the lighting. We're just basically just kind of adding to this environment. I'm going to go back to Bridge, because Bridge has a lot of things that I could kind of like instantly transport over into this environment and kind of make everything look how I plan to make it look. I should automatically be signed in. I shouldn't have to sign in again. I do have to sign in again. That's crazy. Let me sign in. Wrong window. Come over here. Let me sign in again. Sign in again, and then we're gonna export some pieces from bridge again. Let's see. So it's a forest environment, so obviously it's going to be some trees, right? Now the thing about bridge is that they actually don't have like full-blown trees. So you'll see branches, you'll see stubs, you'll see bark, but you won't see full-blown trees like this. You see what I'm saying? You'll see it broken off, but it won't be like a full-blown tree with the leaves and the branches and everything like that, which I don't have a problem with. No problem. Working in UE5 now, listening to you in the background. That's what's up, Fraser K. I was actually thinking about doing this in UE5, man, because it's real time. Major shout out for that, man. Seriously. You over there in UE5, man. You know, the big thing about UE5 for me that makes it a little bit too tedious is how much you have to do in order to bring in an image plate of your actor. So for me, right, I'm on this bike, but to bring in the image plate of that actor, I have to create an image plate. I have to create I have to do something in sequence with the sequence, you know, yeah, it's like 4 steps, whereas Blender, it's like, yeah, you want to bring this in, come on with it, drag and drop. However, the rendering inside of UE5 is way faster, and UE5 is also used for virtual production. We've seen it on The Mandalorian. We've seen it on a lot of different movies. We've seen it in Marvel. We've seen UE5 in a lot of movies, and y'all don't even know it. Yeah, he said it's a lot of preparation. For sure, man, for sure. But the end result, I cannot lie. The end result, less compositing. It's less, you know, things you have to do inside of Fusion once you, or inside of DaVinci Resolve once you actually render. Compared to Blender, you definitely have more to do in Blender than you do inside of UE5. UE5 gets you as close as possible to a finished product. May not necessarily be as photoreal, but if we're talking about environments, we're going to end up using like lens blur, Gaussian blur, stuff like that anyway. So it's going to look as pretty much as real as, you know, any other 3D software program. I love the real time too, man. I'm not gonna lie. I love the real time of UE5. And that's why I do all of my editing. I do a lot of the actual environment creation and stuff like that inside of EV, because that's as close to realism, or as close to real time as I can get. Until the DLSS 4.5 shows up in actual Blender, where, you know, everything is like real time. We saw a preview of that with CES, where basically the viewport is real time in Blender using DLSS 4.5. If you have an NVIDIA card, it'll be real time. So that was cool. That was dope to see. That was dope to experience, to see. But yeah, I'm trying to download this stump here. We had an error message the first time around. We're at 26%. I don't know, what is it? Is it doing 4K? Oh, it's doing 8K. Yeah, no, don't do 8K. You tripping. This is going to be in motion. Do 2K. We good. You don't have to do 8K. We smooth. We do not need 8K. So we got 13 people on the live right now. Major shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all for being here. Thanks for coming to check me out while, you know, I create the scenes of this music video. I'm super excited for it. I'm excited for it to release to you guys. I'm excited for you to hear it. But this is fun to me. This is the fun part to me. I mean, the music is something that I've always done. I've always done the music. But being able to actually sit down and handcraft my own music videos and handcraft my own film and handcraft my own environments and things of that nature, that's the fun part to me. So major shout out to y'all for being here, all 13 of y'all. And trust me, you don't go unnoticed. We're going to export this now. It finally finished downloading. If we export this, it should bring it up directly inside of Blender at the origin point. Let me see. I think it's still exporting. Oh, there it is. No, that's not it. Where is it? Where is it going to be? I think it's still loading in. But you can kind of see from the camera perspective how close the bike and I am on the bike compared to the environment. And you always want your environment to be massive. You don't want a tiny environment with a tiny camera, because next thing you know, you're gonna look like Ant-Man. For real, for real. So I've clicked export like twice. Let me see. Empty. That's on the camera. See if I can find it. Did it come in? I thought it came in. Geoscatter. Let's see. Let's click export again. I didn't see the export it to Blender successfully thing, so I'm going to close it and I'm going to come back in. You know, sometimes it has a little bit of a problem to it. Sometimes I have a little bit of a problem to it. He said, that's right. Yes, sir. I don't even remember what I said. I don't even remember what I said, Nickies. I ain't gonna lie to you. But yeah, if I said it and you think it was right, it was right. I don't know. I don't even remember what I said. I said something. I said something. I said something, Nickies. I don't remember what I said though. You know, I be talking a lot. So let me see. Trees. I said something. I'm trying to remember what I said. Maybe I could double down on it, but I don't remember. We got 15 people. Major shout out to y'all for being here. I think we're live vertically and horizontally on YouTube right now. So the new features, right? The new features kind of bring in more people. When you go to set up your live stream, make sure, and this is a tip for y'all, because I know y'all do the same thing. Nikki's and Fraser K, I know y'all be on live doing the same thing that I'm doing right now. Make sure that you go to your YouTube studio, and when you set up a live stream, make sure that you toggle the button that says multi-aspect. Multi-aspect. And basically that's going to give you they're going to inform people that you're live in vertical and in horizontal, which is actually dope because you get more viewers, especially with the vertical. Yeah, and that's right. Okay, that's what I said. Don't forget to like and subscribe. There we go. That's what I said. I was trying to figure it out. I couldn't remember. What I said. But yeah, that's right. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. There we go. Export it to Blender successfully. Let's see where it's at. I would imagine that it's somewhere in the middle. So let me press 0. And yeah, I think it's, oh no, that's not it. That's not it. Where did it come in at? I don't see it. It said export it to Blender successfully. Forest tree stump. There we go. I got to select. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. What was it called again? It was called Nordic Forest Tree Stump. If I export, it should just come in. Nordic Forest Tree Stump. There we go. It's in now. There we go. I see it. So, because the environment is not that massive of an environment. What is that? I don't know what that is. What is that? Nordic Forest. We're going to have to get this out of that collection because it's acting crazy. So let's get that into the scene collection. And I'm going to look for it by typing in Nordic Forest. Oh, we got it in here a couple times, huh? Nordic forest, tree stump. There we go. 0. Because what is all this though? What is this? I don't know what that is, but I guess it doesn't matter because I'm not messing with it anyway. Anyway, GX. Let's get these tree stumps in the background and in the foreground as well, because we're doing background and foreground. It's attached to something. It's attached to like a second bike. Let's go back. There we go. All right, let's go back and we'll re-export. We'll re-export the tree. It was attached to pieces of the bike. I'm not trying to take pieces of the bike out. There we go. Here we go. Let's bring this out of that collection into the main collection. We'll size it up. See, it takes pieces of the bike with it. It's already parented when it comes in. I don't like that. So let me go to scene collection. Control Alt P, or is it Alt P? I think it's Alt P. Alt P to clear parent. Clear parent. And then I should be able to take this now and just kind of move it where I want to without the bike moving as well. So let's rotate on the x-axis. Oh, RX. We'll just kind of put it at 90 degrees. Kind of eyeballing it. GY. GX, because we want it to be kind of like out there. The camera stops here. So it's kind of cool that, you know, we don't have to worry about, you know, the leaves not showing. Because remember, I told y'all that when you grab trees and stuff from Bridge, they don't show the leaves and stuff like that. So we're not even tripping. As long as it actually looks like a tree, we good. I want it to look like a sequoia. I want it to look like a big tree. I want it to look dangerous. Like I'm flying through this forest and I'm narrowly dodging these trees. I'm narrowly dodging them. You know what I'm saying? So how about we put some in the foreground as well? If we Alt D and we GX, right? And we bring some GY now. Hold on. What did we do? Okay, GY. Did I do it wrong? No, I didn't do it wrong. It's just big. It's just major now. So GY, and then kind of slide it over. 0. Oh, I didn't mean to be inside the tree. That's not what I meant. But just tree in the foreground. So let me see. Let me size it down some. Bring it over. GX has to be in the foreground. So like I'm passing through these trees narrowly. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna instance these so I don't have to keep moving it the way that I'm moving it. I'm gonna instance a couple of these. But first I want to kind of get it lined up the way that I'm envisioning it. Let me see. 0, camera is here. If we do GY, it almost comes in front of the camera. I'm gonna have to size it down some more. Then bring it back on the x-axis. That's too far on the x-axis. There we go. GZ. Bring it up. Where are we at? It's not in front. We got to get it in front. Let's see. GX. GY. There we go. Well, nope. That's not in front either. Here, let me zoom in and get closer to that camera so I can kind of see like where it needs to be. Okay, now I see the issue. So boom, we right there. It needs to be right in front of the camera, which the camera, let me see, is right there. So if we need to be in front of the camera, we need to go back some. And I'm going to be passing through in time, so it's going to be smooth. Definitely going to be smooth. GY. There we go. There we go. Now that tree is in the foreground. So basically, you know, just trying to create these elements. Like we imagine the camera, let's see. We imagine I'm traveling through space and you see me come past this tree, you know, in very good cinematic fashion, might I add. Very, very, very good cinematic fashion, might I add. Because if we press play, you know, you see me kind of doing this. So I'm going to have to animate the bike to lean when I lean, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, it should be pretty smooth. Gonna put those handlebars. Where are they? Where are the handlebars? That's what might have been. I think that's what I might have gotten rid of by accident, was the handlebars. But it doesn't matter. I can bring the bike back. We'll do more with the bike. It's not about the bike right now. More so about the environment. So, how about we create a little bit of lighting in the world? What if we use an HDRI? No. What if we use physical starlight atmosphere? If we use physical starlight atmosphere and we go to Earth, Mars, and you see how I'm being lit with every color. I'm being lit every time I change the color. That's what happens when you take your footage and you run it through Beeble AI. Basically, it'll help. Ooh, I kind of like this color scheme. I kind of like this color scheme. It looks pretty cinematic. I'm not gonna lie to you. Let me see, Nishita. No, I don't like Nishita. This would kind of influence like nighttime, and I would be able to turn these lights up a little bit. Let me go to cycles. See, that's a little bit too bright. It's a little too bright. We just want it about right there. Let me see, maybe the color should be like bluish. I don't know why I didn't change blue. I guess it's not really my business. Because I'm going to relight it anyway. You know, certain portions are going to be dark. But when I parent lighting to it, you know, it'll all work out. So we're here. Let me GY. No. Yeah, GY. We got two trees directly across from each other. Yeah, man, Beeble AI. For sure. I actually like this lighting because it's dark, but it gives me a chance to kind of like do what I want to do to it. Yeah, that was pieces of the bike. Pieces of the bike are over there. I don't know why. I'm not going to chase them though, because I'll just put myself back on the bike. If we're adding the world, then I want to also kind of alter the lighting. Oh, where is it at? Use nodes. Atmosphere. And then kind of alter the light a little bit. Like I said, we always shoot toward the light. That looks pretty cinematic. And I'm going to be moving, so, you know, maybe I'll curve the ground to go this way. We see this little old dot right here is the little old dot right there is the moon. You can add a point light to kind of like follow you and kind of parent the point light. Why is it taking pieces of the bike every time it comes in? That doesn't make any sense to me. Every time I bring it in, it's taking portions of the bike. Point light. Yeah. All right. Because what is this? I feel like that's like my handlebars and stuff. Like, I'm going to delete it because I'm going to change the bike anyway. So I might as well delete it. Go back to that point light though. Okay, cool. Let's get this point light to light my face. So that way y'all will be able to see me. And then I'm going to parent it. I'm going to parent it so that way you can kind of always see my face. Right? Going to parent it. Let me see. Where is it at? Where is it at? Where you at? Point light. Okay, you're a little too high. So we're going to GZ. And then GY. Ha. 0. Oh, that's a little too bright too. You got to calm down, point light. You're a little too bright. Oh, you're a little too bright. Why is it moving the bike? Why are you parented? Anybody know why this is parented? Somebody tell me. I just Alt-P'd it, but somebody tell me why is everything coming in parented? Somebody let me know. Why is it parented? Alt-P, clear parent. And it's still using the bike. Alt-P, clear parent. Still moving the bike. Okay. All right. I gotta undo something crazy. This is wild. It wasn't moving the bike before that. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why why it comes across as if it's parented to this bike. That doesn't make any sense to me. Import settings, append reuse data. Anyway, maybe it's just a nah, man. Look at my yeah, they crazy. They crazy. I gotta bring that bike back in, y'all. I gotta bring that bike back in. Let me find the elements to that bike so I can bring it back in. They got my speedometer just dangling. Let me see. What collection is this stuff in? Alright, so it's in the main collection, engine, all of that. Bezier. We're gonna delete all that. It's supposed to be deleted too. Just deleted you. Look at all that. That's crazy. That's crazy. How did it keep all of that? What did I just, what? Oh! Don't do me. Don't do that, Blender. Don't do that. I don't like that. Don't do that. You gotta act good. You can't do that. You can't do that, Blender. That's crazy. It crashed. It crashed on me. So we're gonna recover by the last autosave. That's the one thing I do like about how I have Blender set up. is the autosaves are the autosaves. However, what is this doing just flying in mid-space? I could see if I crashed, but I didn't crash. Yet. Huh? Yet. What he said? Yet. Yeah. MSLW H6V. Welcome back, man. Yeah. It crashed. It did what it did. It's okay though. It's okay, cause we gonna make it do what it does. We're gonna make it do what it does. Let's get this bike out of here, so we can work with this. There we go. Oh, don't delete the. I want to delete all the other stuff. All this stuff. Delete that. What was that? Why did it change the lighting? Oh, it's parented to the sun. That's why. How did it get parented to the sun? That's insane to me. It got parented to the sun, y'all. This is wild. This is wild. Let me bring the bike back in. We'll put the bike temporarily right here. Temporarily. Okay. Let's delete the guy, delete the helmet, and delete the bones. And now we got the full bike back. And we can slide that to the left. Let's see. GX, GZ, GY, size it down. Uh-oh. Sizing it up by accident. GZ, GY. Nope, it's GX. GX. There we go. All right, now we got the handlebars and everything back. Okay, cool. Cool beans. All right, and should nothing be parented to nothing? Should nothing be parented to nothing? Go play outside. That's that one. This is a whole nother one. Okay, cool. Let's delete that one. We don't need that one. All right, cool. And then we'll take this and we'll put it in the scene collection. These are our tree stumps. We'll put those in their own collection. And while I do this, this is the boring part. So while I do this, I'm gonna play some music. I'm gonna play some music while I do this. Let me see what we got. What we got. What we got? Let me put these in a collection. I'll be right back. Let me see. cleanup, y'all. Okay. All right. Yeah. He said music break. Yeah, had to take a music break. All right. Gotta reset. That's how you do it. You know. Y'all know we get to doing this 3D. We get to doing this editing. And the next thing you know, we done sat down for 5 hours. You know what I'm saying? With no resets. Y'all know. Y'all know. Tragic. 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 Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. All right, cool. Now, let's get this point light like I had it. Wanted to show. Shift A. Hold on, let me make sure I'm going to a good collection. We're going to go to collection 6. Make sure that it's in the scene. And I nowhere else. Oh, the point light's still here. There we go. I'm moving it now. I don't have no other objects moving with it. That's perfect. Cool. That's perfect. I don't even have to create another point light. Let's go back to EV. Bring it closer to the bike. Thus closer to me. Let me see. Where is it at? Where are you at? In space. Behind me. Okay, cool. Let's bring you forward. I just saw it on the tree. There we go. There we go. That's a little bit of something. That's a little bit of something. Let me bring it down because I want it to be barely light in my face. But at the same time doing enough lighting. There we go. Got some shadows in there. Yeah, okay. All right. We got some shadows in there and everything. There we go. We got 18 people in the live right now. What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? Yeah, we're working on a scene right now from a music video. And yeah, we building it ourselves within Blender. So thank y'all for being here. I think now, let me see. If we parent, let me hide this. Where are you at? Let me hide that. Is that it? No, that's geoscatter. I'm tripping. Trees. Yeah, hide those for a second. Let me select the light, the bike, the camera, and the geo. And we're going to press Control P for parenting. Control P. Oh snap, why didn't it do it? Control P. Control P. What's going on? Control P. Control P. Oh, no, it's Control P. I don't know why. Let me see, clear. Oh, go back. You're doing too much. Control P. It must already be parented. So I'm gonna leave it alone. All right. How long is this runway? All right. Let's start duplicating. Let's start duplicating this runway. We'll turn this one. We're gonna make a whole path right now. We're gonna make a whole path. Alt D, GY. Alt D, GX. GY, GX. How cool would it be to have him go over some water, right? That would be dope. That would be dope. And the only reason why I'm alt duplicating this is because it saves on memory to do Alt D rather than Control D or Control Shift D to duplicate. It saves on memory. So I'm doing Alt D, and what's not going to save on memory is when I put grass on it. That's the part that's not going to save on memory. So, one thing I forgot to do with this grass, y'all. That's why it looks so flat a little bit. If I go back to cycles and I go to this plane, because remember, we subdivided this plane. So if we go to object and then viewport display, no, it's not viewport display. It's object visibility. Nope. It's oh, I can't remember. Basically, it's displacement and it's displacement and something. I can't remember. Displacement and something. Is it in the materials? Settings? Yeah, there we go. There we go. Displacement and bump. That's going to give us the bumpy textures on the ground. Displacement and bump. Let's see. Displacement and bump. And then you can mess with, would it be the normal? All right, Nickies. Good hearing from you, man. Good seeing you, man. Good to see you. Good to be seen. Talk to you soon. He said, bye, chat. Displacement. Let's see if we can bring that up a little bit. It created some holes. But all right, I'm not really worried about it too much. We driving by anyway. He said, have a great weekend. For sure, man. I'll be streaming. Yeah, we doing this until the video is done. The music might be out before the video. So we doing this until the video is done. Yeah. We doing this until it's done. So we here. Let's pull that out of displacement. Nah, let's put that back into displacement. I see the detail. That was detail. That was definitely detail. And then we can take the ground. No. Leave that where it's at. 0. Let's cut off the render region, because I understand that I'm going to be looking at more than what I'm actually rendering, but I want to see the environment. So here we are. Let's get some mountains in the background, right? That would probably be dope. Let's get some mountains in the background. I think I'll go ahead and put some grass on here first, though. Grass. Put some grass on here first. We'll go to geo scatter, which is on the side here somewhere. Geo. I think I passed it. There we go. Geo scatter. We want about yay. And then we are in browser, scatter assets. Scatter assets again. Is it going on the bottom or is it going on? I don't see it on the top. Get some light going. Very little of it on the top. All right, manual scatter, browser, scatter. And we're gonna do, why isn't it letting me spray? Is it because I did Alt D? I instanced? Let me flip this over and see what it looked like. Is it because I instanced? I don't know. I don't know. However, I do know that we got to get this together. So we'll click join on that, and we'll click join on that. Oh, so if you click join, the grass automatically comes. That's kind of dope. That's kind of dope. If you click join, the grass automatically pops up. That's a W. That's a W. That's a W I did not know. Real talk. So if I add this background plane and click this one and click join, the grass automatically pops up. That is awesome. That is awesome. But let me undo that real quick because I forgot to give this its texture, which would be new, and then it would be Nordic ground pine. Yeah. And then Alt select join or Control select join. Did it stick? It didn't stick. I didn't see it. Yeah, I don't know why that does that. That's crazy. All the other ones was straight. Maybe I selected the wrong one first. So maybe I select that one, then select this one, then click join. Ah, yeah, it matters which one you click join on first. Wait, is that gray or is that? Yeah, it's brown. But I got more grass on that side. Got more grass over here. Flip that. And then join. Yeah, there we go. I got more grass this way. All right, cool. My camera is here. Lighting wise, it looks like yay. Okay, we lighten up the grass. Okay, cool. We doing a little something. We getting there. We gonna get there, chat. We getting there, right? How much we got? I want to start kind of animating a little bit. Let me go to timeline. And this is kind of crazy for me because I don't do the curve situation. Like I don't animate on curves. I just pull the camera to where I want it to go, and then I'll add like a camera, something like that, you know? Maybe you don't. I don't know. Let's go back to that render region, which would be it's going to be on my camera. Render region. Thought it was viewport. I thought it was viewport. Workspace. No, it's not workspace. Render region. I swore that was my camera. Yeah. It's the camera. It's somewhere up in here. I'll find it. Viewport display. Passepartout. That's one way to do it, but that's not the way that I was looking to do it. Wow. I guess I might have to do the Passepartout way because I don't know. I don't remember where my render region is right now. I'm tripping. The beginning of the end. When I start forgetting where simple stuff is, that's how you know it's. Yep, I'm getting ready to start winding down. Let me see. So we're gonna go to We're gonna go to film transparent. Nope, it's not there. Render single layer. Oh, render region. Duh. Y'all probably saw that. Y'all probably saw that. Y'all ain't let me know nothing. Y'all probably saw that for real, for real. And y'all ain't let me know nothing. It's all good. We're going to get it right anyway. All right, so let's kind of start doing a little bit of animating. We're going to bring, I think we parented the camera and the bike, did we? I don't think we parented the bike. Let's bring the bike into the camera. Where's the camera? Beeble cam. Yeah. Let's parent all of this. Control P, object, 0. And so now when I select this, it should move the bike too. Ah, it didn't. Okay, so I gotta get this bike in here and get it parented. Engine, sphere, Beeble actor. Let me see, go play outside, Beeble actor, Control P, object, is it moving now? Let me see. What's this? I can't even see it. GY. Nope, it's not moving with the bike for some reason. Let me see. Let me get this in a separate. Okay, we got timeline with all the passes and all of that. The Beeble anchor. Control P. Control P. Object. Report error. Loop in parents. I don't know what that means. Alt P. Clear parent. All right, so I'm going to have to hide everything else until I figure out where the heck that goes. Let me see, make sure this 2 bars is not in here. 2 bars, delete, plane 9. How does plane 9 have keyframes on it? I ain't even did nothing to plane 9. Delete these keyframes. Zero. Let's see what else. We have to get Beeble anchor, engine into a new collection because I don't see how this is gonna work otherwise. Collection 6. We'll bring all of this also into collection 6. Now, if I move this, it still doesn't move at the same time. That's crazy. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. We're going to get it. 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 All right. So we got the trees. Let's cut them off. Geoscatter, let's cut it off. We got, I don't know, maybe that's a tree or something. What is that? Tree or something, whatever. Cut that off. We got plain, forest tree stump. We cutting all that off. I want to cut all that stuff off so I can see. I can't see. All right, cool. This helmet. What is that helmet still doing right there? 0. All right, so outside of the camera, I still have this geo. Let me turn, where is it at? There we go. Still have this geo, and we'll unselect the cam, unselect the sun. Control. I'm missing something here. I'm trying to get this get this camera unselected. Let me see. Shift. Oh, is that it? Shift. It should turn white. Control P. Control P. If you parent it, you parent it. I don't even care. Okay, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. I got another idea. Control J or right click. Oh, crash. Good old crash too. That was a big crash. That was a big crash. Big old crash. Big old crash, y'all. Big old crash out. We're gonna get some tunes playing. Get some tunes playing. I like this little new joint. Uh-oh, that ain't it. That ain't it. This is it, right? Is it? There we go. Ooh. Hey. That's that new joint. Okay, let's recover this. That's crazy right there. That's crazy work. That's 3D though. That's crazy work. Not gonna lie to you. That's crazy work. If we tilt this bike some. Said I'm super cool and this is a super cool comment. Yeah, I agree. What you said? I'm cool? Yeah, you cool. You cool people. I'm glad you here. What's up? How y'all doing? We got 20 people. Yeah, 20 people. How y'all doing? Good to see you. Good to be seen. Yeah. If it's a little different for y'all right now viewing this, I'm trying to put together this animated music video for a song, upcoming song that's coming out on my artist channel. So, you know what I'm saying? Be sure to check that out. Be sure to be here. I guess the chat agree. You feel me? I appreciate y'all being here, for real, for real. Let's turn this bike, though. We got to turn this bike a little bit. Let's turn it a little bit. Let's turn it. Let me see. What's selected? What's selected? Okay, here we go. This is all that's selected. Let's turn it a tad bit to where the handlebars is like right there. Bow. There we go. Handlebars right there. Okay. All right. And then we'll go to the world. I love the soundtrack. JT. You know what? I think we should play it one time. Look, don't even ask. I just said it. Look, I ain't gonna lie to you. I just said I think we should play it one time. So, you know what? Let's play it. Let's play it one time. Why not? Let me see. Yeah, why not? Let's play it one time.
You will have my love forever. As long as we're together, you will be loved.
And I think you know where I'm going with this.
You won't feel lonely, no never. I'll make you feel better.
I felt like you put that bat signal in the sky. I'm on the way. Real. It's Leon. You know me. Yeah. Listen, they say hurt people love way harder cause we feel more. And we come with way more drama than the movies at the Fillmore. Problem is I'm jaded, I ain't crazy, my baby. But the thought of life without you been kinda plaguing me lately. See, I got scars in my heart that nobody could feel. Pain in my brain, only Yahweh could heal. Even still, I just pray you hold on to me. Don't go getting heartless on me, girl, you the one for me. I be up late at night plotting on retirement plans. And I'm from the side of town where we don't retire with plans. And my plans got plans in case the plan pivot. When it's all said and done, you know your man gifted. And I ain't never made a plan that ain't have you in it. And I ain't never shot a move that ain't had you winning. Can't name a promise that's been broken that I made to you. Bat signal in the sky, call for me, I'm on the way to you. Love.
We'll have my love forever. As long as we're together, you will be loved. You'll be loved.
And I will never make you feel you shouldn't have placed that bet. And every time you ever bet on me, I made that back. Put it all on the table, we ain't play safe yet. Hold it down cause it's mine, give me reason to flex. And I ain't worried about your past cause you ain't been back yet. Ain't nobody that you knew done got their lick back yet. Confident in how I move, I don't feel no threat. And I ain't worried about your ex, he ain't did nothing yet. Never play about you, never did, never will. I know you riding till them tires go flying off of them wheels. Even then I know you shoddy if we riding on the rims. Had your love since the beginning and I'ma keep it to the end. I want your heart for real, I give you my all for real. When I leave, I know you hate being apart for real. But name a promise that's been broken that I made to you. Bat signal in the sky, call for me, I'm on the way to you. Love.
You will have my love forever. As long as we're together, you will be loved. You'll be loved. You won't feel lonely, no never. I'll make you feel better. I'll pick you up.
Yeah, so you know, that's that, you know what I'm saying, and everything like that. That's that, you know. But we got to make this do what it does because, you know, it can't be just, you know, the music is good, you know, the video got to be good too. But you know, one thing about being independent is, you know, as an independent artist, I feel like it's very imperative that you keep creative control. I really do. I feel like it's imperative that you keep creative control. I mean, how many times do we hear about artists who come back 20, 30 years later, and they're trying to buy their masters back from, labels and stuff like that. For me, I've always been like, you know what? I could do it on my own. So, I don't want to be one of those people who have to come back 30, 40 years later, trying to buy back my masters and re-uploading it, 40, 30 years later, So, we're going to do it on our own. Yeah. Even if it take a second, the song might be out a month. And then the video might drop a month later. But at the end of the day, yeah, we're going to do what it does. But listen, I feel like we made a lot of progress today. We brought the 3D bike in, even if it was a couple of mishaps. We got the grass, you know what I'm saying? And I don't even think this is the right file. I think that we got something better than that. I believe it was about 2050. I believe. Let me see. I think we got something better than that. And all of the collections were turned off. Yeah, we did. But long story short, I believe we did a lot today. I'm kind of take my time and do this, off cam, whatever. But the thought process is we making it do what it does. I mean, if you look at where we started versus where we're coming from, it's a big difference. Give me 1 second. I don't think we didn't change the world. Let me see, Nishida. Yeah, there we go. Nishida was it. Yeah, so it's a big difference. If we look at, if I just pull up DaVinci real quick and just show you where it all started at versus where we're at right now, we see that's where we're at right now. But, just sliding this out right here. Yeah, that's where we started. So from that to this, I think that's a big difference for tonight. I think that's a major difference for tonight. I feel like for tonight, and for tonight only, because tomorrow, we got to animate. I feel like we got to animate. We got to move the camera. We got to make him fly through in between trees, and, we got to put those elements that may or may not be chasing him. We got to throw those inside of this scene, But for tonight, here's the progress. We went from this garage scene, right? In the garage, office chair, dip bar, weight bench, to futuristic motorcycle. You understand? With lights, grass, trees, elements. So I feel like we did a lot. So I'm not going to hold y'all all night. I really appreciate y'all coming to kick it with me. I really appreciate y'all being here with the boy. And, we got to do it again. I think tomorrow might be that day for us. We might do it again tomorrow. And, I thank y'all for being here with me. It's Leon. You know me.